And we say, all right, here we have x squared plus 1/2 squared is equal to 1 squared, which is just 1 again. I guess I didn't do that over there, but you get the idea. X squared plus 1/4 is equal to 1. Subtract 1/4 from either side using my patented method here of subtracting or adding equations. Definitely not patented. X squared is equal to 3/4. Take the square root of both sides, you get the absolute value of x is equal to √3/2. √4, right, makes you 2 on the bottom. So now our x values are going to be plus or minus √3/2, depending on what quadrant you're in. This is not difficult, like with a lot of this stuff. So when you look at it, most of the time what you're going to think about is like, what are the values in the first quadrant? That's it. You don't have to worry about the values in like the whole rest of the circle, because as long as you know what the scheme is, you know what the values are. Right, so here, now getting to know the scheme might be the hard part, but if you're doing it the way that I'm showing it here, where you're like, I don't remember what this is, what kind of triangle does it make? That's probably the easiest way to think about it. Or at least for me, but... All right, so here, we're to the right. This means that x is positive. It's √3/2. Y is positive, it's up, is √3/2, 1/2. And also at pi/3, this is the exact same thing, it's just flipped this way instead of flipped this way. Again, we make that equilateral triangle that's centered there at 0, 0, 1, 0, and now pi/3 up there. So this is going to be x value of 1/2, because our equilateral triangle gets split down the middle. Our x value is 1/2, and our y value is now that tall value √3/2. I know it's really disorganized. And then we just go around the whole circle, and you say, okay, well, x is going to be positive this way. Quadrant 1, quadrant 4. X is going to be negative this way, quadrant 2, quadrant 3. Right? That's just left and right. You know that x is positive and negative, respectively. Right and left, damn it. And you know that y values are going to be negative down and positive up. And so your y values split along that x-axis in quadrants, 1 and 2 it's up, and 3 and 4 it's down. So your y values are positive in quadrants 1 and 2, and negative in 3 and 4. You don't have to memorize stuff. Just think of how it works in terms of like, what are my coordinate systems? Okay, well, x is going to be how far are we left and right, and y's are how far are we up and down. And it doesn't have to be such a stressful thing. So many people freak out about all sorts of little stuff and try to memorize it, and it's like, no, you're not going to memorize everything. It's just not going to work. So here at least, and in everybody else's that works on Twitch most of the time. Well, again, shout out everybody from the Chads.